Hey Dosers, Tracie here from the San Marcos Escondido campus. Welcome to our campus, and we are starting off a series that will be 2 weeks long, and it's on how to care when I don't feel like it. And so that might hit you really well in this season. And today we're going to talk about when we're so tired, it's really difficult to care. And so I don't know about you, but when I look at my calendar, I can get a little overwhelmed, or if I look at my work calendar and my personal calendar and all the things that I'm invited to or welcome to in this season, it just feels like it's so much, and there's this expectation that I have to do it. Or when you ask people, how are you? And this isn't holiday-ish, this is just kind of in general in our culture these days. It's like, how are you? And you immediately get, most of the time, we're just really busy. Even if they finish up with, it's all good, but we're really busy. But oftentimes it's, I'm busy and I'm tired. And that is kind of this epidemic that we live in right now, this epidemic of busyness, this epidemic of weariness. And John Mark Comer calls it hurry sickness. And I think we live in that quite a bit. And so I want to just challenge us with that today, but it's nothing new. If you remember the Christmas song that says, "A weary world rejoices when Jesus shows up." And I love that because we are weary and Jesus does show up and changes everything. Because when I am tired, maybe you can relate to this, but when I am tired and weary and kind of on the edge, I am not my best. I am not patient. I am not kind. I am not, waiting on people and serving people well. And so I want to just challenge us because the enemy knows that. He wants to keep us busy and tired. But Jesus has another invitation in Matthew 11:28. And you're probably already thinking like, well, I could say that to you because I've memorized it. But I want to break it down a little bit because it's so beautiful in what Jesus calls us to. So Matthew 11:28 says in the Message paraphrase, it says, "Are you tired, worn out, burn out on religion?" It says, "Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly." So it's an invitation. And those are red letters. Those are words from Jesus. And here's what I want to just kind of break this down really quickly. It's like, here's what he says, and it's a choice that we have to choose to actually do. But he says, come to me, get away with me, walk with me, work with me, learn my rhythms, and keep company with me. So that's the invitation that Jesus is giving us in this season. And in return, this is what he tells us. This is the truth, the promise that if we do these things, we recover our life. We get a real rest. We work in unforced rhythms of grace. Nothing heavy or ill-fitting is going to be put on us. And we can live freely and lightly. Yes, please. And certainly in this season. So I just look at this as this great exchange that Jesus is just saying, like, if you choose to come, lean in, rest on, walk with, I will exchange all of these things for you. And so it is a choice. We have to accept this invitation from Jesus. And so I think my challenge for us today is, instead of defining our lives, when someone says to us, how are you this season? I'm going to challenge you. Don't define it by busy and tired. Define it by what we are with him. Restful, joyful, all the other fruits of the Spirit, because we're leaning into this invitation that Jesus has given us. And then I'm just going to say to you, what are you going to do with this? How are you going to find the small moments in still what is going to be probably a busy season? But how are you going to find those moments? Are you going to turn off the radio and spend some time with him? Invite him into those small little spaces of our lives. And I promise you, when we accept the invitation, we gain back our rest, real rest. It's only then that we can care for the people that are in front of us. We'll see you next time.